Well, what's going on, guys? You already know who it is. Now, I want to talk about something that I've talked about many times in the past, except we're going to put everything together in an easier fashion this video, because I think this one will be the one that's going to be easier to understand. So, I've talked about know your worth. I've talked about everything starts in your thoughts, and then you intend on doing something, and then you do it, right? It's a very simple, not complex at all type of process in order to get that in which that you want. Let's say it's money. Well, how do you get money? You can get money in many different ways. Let's just say begging on the street. You can get it from work. You can get it from a million different ways you can get money. You can get money from playing a video game on Twitch, and some meathead actually gives you money for it for some reason. I'll never understand it, but if you're providing value in the free market, you will find resources one way or the other. Right? So, let's just say you're the guy at the stop sign at the end of the ramp of the freeway, and you have a rag and some Windex. And you go over there and you find someone's windshield that's dirty, and without asking for money, just start cleaning their windshield. Now that's kind of intrusive. That's kind of kind of like forcing your way onto somebody's property and touching someone's property, and oh, you're gonna scratch my vehicle, you're gonna scratch this or something, right? Could happen. But at the same time, you're trying to provide value. And if you're providing the value, someone that day is going to give you some money. Oh, thank you, guy. Actually, my windshield had bugs on it. Here's 20 bucks. The guy's going to be like, whoa, that's great. That rag cost me $1. That Windex, I got it from the bootleg motherfucking dollar store. I paid $1 for that. That's $2. This guy gave me 20. Right? It already paid for itself. And I ain't doing other shit. Now I'll put an ad in the paper, now I will shovel your driveway in the wintertime, or I will cut your lawn and save up money for the wintertime. I told my buddy this, my roommate. I told him the key to success, and I was a little jealous of the plan, even though I can do it myself. I just, it would be good for him. So I told him, get a bucket. It's going to cost you a couple dollars at Home Depot. Get a bucket. Fill it with rock salt. Buy a shovel. This whole thing that I'm asking you to do is going to cost you 20 bucks. Spend the $20 and just go around the neighborhood. Hey, I'll shovel and salt your driveway. 20 bucks. Shovel and the first fucking guy that says yes already paid for itself. Then you just do that 7, 8 during a blizzard, you're making 160 bucks or whatever, right? And that's in one day, one blizzard, and you don't really have to work that hard. And he even said it, he goes, yeah, I can shovel that driveway right there and salt it in 20 minutes. 20 minutes and you made 20 bucks. Say you do even 2 of them an hour. That's $40 an hour, right? Yeah, you're gonna have to re-up on salt and shit like that, but come on, really? Is it that much of a cost to you? So then you do that all winter. Let's just say you made $1,000 that winter, right? Obviously you'd be making more, and it's all depending on, hey, how willing to work are you? Like, if somebody says, Wolf, you did a great job, there's gonna be another storm this week, can you come back? Yeah, here's my number. Start business cards, whatever, right? Put up an ad on a street pole, right? A light pole or something. Or on Craigslist, or whatever, right? Someone's going to call you. Someone's going to be like, yeah, you don't even need a car for this. Just go around your neighborhood. But just say you make $1,000. You make that $1,000, now all of a sudden it's spring, and there's no reason to shovel anymore, obviously. Now you're like, well, that money was good, blah, blah, blah. I can work whenever I want. Well, generally when it's blizzarding or snowing or whatever, right? Because people got to get up in the morning, so you would wait until like 4 a.m. and be like, I'll shovel your driveway. But anyways, the point is that I'm getting at, you realize what you're doing there. You get an understanding of how money's made in the free market. You understand how those resources are divvied up. You're willing to put in labor and time and effort, and you get resources for it. So you add value into the free market. So then you decide to buy a $250 mower. Are you really kidding me? I gave you so much room. Man, that guy's fucking brain dead. I'll never understand. Doesn't matter what age you are, you suck at driving. Guy's like 55, clearly been around the block, clearly not his first time out on the road. And just, what? I see that you left a fucking mile of fucking room there, but you know what? I'm just gonna slow down. Anyways, digress again. So, you get a mower, push mower, start mowing lawns, 20 bucks. Yeah, you gotta pay for gas, but think of it like, well, I was paying for the salt. So then you're paying for the grass, and then you're like, the person asks you, well, can you weed whack or do my bushes? And you're like, oh, I don't have the items for those, but yes, I will by next week. By next week, I will be that person. Now they expect you to do it all the time. Let's say 20 bucks a week per person to do the lawn. Just the lawn. And then they also want you to do the bushes once, maybe even twice that year. That's an extra. You can say whatever you want and do whatever you want. And you don't even need an LLC for this because everything's under the table. Right? You don't have to pay taxes on this. Oh, God, he's going to go to jail. I'm an anarchist. Whatever. Like, I can never imagine somebody doing that to someone. He didn't pay his taxes. He should go to jail. You fucking kidding me? Good for him. He didn't pay his taxes. He shouldn't go to jail. Anyways. I gotta get in this fucking right lane now. No one's gonna let me in. This fucking moron. I'm so sick of morons. Grassy ass, buddy. So, you just go and do the next thing and do the next thing, and depending on how motivated you are, boom, you started off with $20, and now you're making $1,000 a week. Right? Doing lawns, let's say 20 bucks a lawn, 20 bucks a lawn, 20 bucks a lawn, then you're doing weed whacking, and you know, then you'll find other lawns that are giving you $100 because they're 6 acres or something, right? I don't know what prices are, but I'm just saying. And you get to that point, then you buy a pickup truck. You buy the pickup truck, which costs you $2,000 because it's old clunker, but it's going to get you from A to B. And then you put your push mower in there. Then you start going to another town, and you do towns, and then you're so busy that you're fully overworked, right? Then you get a rider mower because now you're doing bigger lawns, and you already have the bush trimmer now, and you're just going up and up. Now you're hiring other workers, right? This all starts with 20 bucks, and you can make enough money to survive easily and just go up and up and up. It depends on where your motivation is. And this is so simple. I mean, this idea that I'm just throwing you is so simple. You don't have to waste all your life away. You can just be like, hey, yeah, I'm somebody who likes to sleep in. Hey, can you do my lawn for me? Yeah, I'll be there around noon. Yeah, okay. Noon works, or later, or another time, or whatever. Right? And you pick your own schedule. Like this, that's how easy it is to make money. Now, are you going to be a millionaire your first year? Probably not. It's possible, but probably not, right? Now, I'm a truck driver, so I know my worth, right? I make pretty damn good money as a company driver, right? I make about $3,000 every 8, 9, days. 8 days. Well, my last trip out, I did 8 days, 6,000 something miles. Did $3,000 bucks. Right? I know my worth. Now I'm gonna put that money to do something else, something better. So if you want to be a millionaire, it's easy. Just gonna take time, effort, intention, and you got to understand your goals. If your goal is to be a millionaire and you think about this and this is your dream, your expectation, your philosophy, your world, your everything, you're gonna be a millionaire. The only thing that can stop you is if you all of a sudden want to live paycheck to paycheck. Or you can even be fired from a job. It doesn't matter. You can still be a millionaire. You don't have to rely on making your boss money in order to get money. That's what I'm doing right now, but it's working for me, and I want to invest in other things, and I don't want to stop there. Is it selfish? Yes. It's very selfish to be focusing on yourself and to be knowing your worth and to be doing bigger and better things for yourself. Is it selfish? Yes. Selfishness can be good. Watch my video on selfishness and greed. Both selfishness and greed are good. And this is actually reiterating a lot of that video. So, it's easy to become a millionaire. It's easy to get rich. It just takes time, effort, knowledge, experience, motivation, drive. Especially in today's society. Especially. And I know what you guys are thinking, wow, the economy. No. The reason why the economy sucks, not only because of fucking government. Obviously, government's a huge influence on this. But it's because there's less driven people. But the ability to become a millionaire is easier than ever. Right? You can be from the hood. You can be... I saw this fucking video the other day, which was kind of a simple-minded video. No offense, but truckers aren't the highest IQ. But I saw this trucker, this girl that Trucker Brown showcased, and she was saying basically this. You can be from the hood, you can be from the block, and you could be a dope boy, you could be selling on the block and shit like that, and you could be making money and spending your time and effort. Yeah, that's all good, but it's illegal, right? So this could backfire. So ultimately, if you got into trucking, which I almost never tell people to get into trucking, but I mean, some people, yeah, but I'd rather less people be in trucking than there is now. There's too many people on the road. That's video for another time. In fact, that might be next video. But she was saying that, hey, you can be doing that, but A, you're not making as much money, generally. B, niggas get shot, right? You're gonna get killed if you're trapping out your house. You know, all it takes is one motherfucker to try to sneak in when the lights are off and shoot up the motherfucking house. You know, crackheads would do it, right? Crackhead gets their hand on any tool, any burner. They're willing to lay down their life to get high. You know, and this could be dudes on the block. This could be anybody. But if you got into trucking, you reduce all that risk. You're doing something that's legal, so you're not going to have to spend time and energy to put in. Like, for example, Joey Diaz, right? Back in 1987. You know Joey Diaz? He's a comedian. Funny guy. He robbed somebody and kidnapped somebody for something that he ended up selling for $18,500. Tied this dude up. The other dude was in on it too. He put him in the trunk and they were caught. But the point of the story is that he was willing to lay it all down for $18,500. And what he went to jail for, or prison rather, costed him $18,000 for the lawyer and, like, I don't remember, 3, 4, 5 years in jail or something, prison. I don't remember how much time. But this is a setback. If you get fucked, if you get caught, which you will, it's 2018, there's fucking bugs in your wallet, let alone your cell phone, right? So, and they're all being recorded. In every phone conversation, you can just say something like, hey, yeah, I just got this shipment of Nikes in, which I remember this dude used to tell me all the time. He goes, yeah, man, I got this brand new pair of shoes, man. I know what he's talking about. He just got some dope-ass pot, and he's trying to sell it, right? But he would tell me that they're Nikes. I'm like, dude, no one here is an idiot. You don't have to call them Nikes. All you have to say is, hey, man, you want to hang out? And I know what you're going to deal, what the deal is, right? Hey, you know, I'm going to come over there and check out the product. But people aren't doing that. It's 2018. People are trying to do fucking drug deals over the internet, over Facebook Messenger. Like, you ain't going to get caught. Anyways, the point is that I'm getting at is that there's a million ways to make money. Million ways to make money. You want to do it with the least risk scenario and have the highest amount of income. Doesn't matter where you start off. Remember this one kid, he was like 26 at the time, and he was older than me at the time. I worked for this apartment complex, and I remember I was impressed at how strong this guy was. And he works out every day. And I'm like, man, I wish I could start working out or something like that. I said something along those lines, and he said, because I was at his place, I was at his apartment, and he was showing me all his dumbbells. They were like labeled from 1 pound and 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, all the way up to like 50 something pounds or even more. Like, they were everything under the sun, right? There's like 50 dumbbells, different weights, classes, I don't know what to call them, different weight, and they're all different. And then when I made that saying, I was like, hey, I wish I could work out. He pointed all the way down to the 1 pounder, right? He pointed down to that 1 pounder, and I was like, obviously I'm not going to work out with 1 pound. But he said, I don't care what you work out at. Just because you can't keep up with me right now doesn't mean that, you know, you're not going to better yourself. We all got to start somewhere. And I have everything for you to start somewhere and work out with me. And I will motivate you and stuff like that. And I took that at the time. I was like 24 probably. Maybe even younger, maybe 23. And I remember thinking about that. I was like, you're right. And that stuck with me. So when I'm making this scenario up of landscaping, like just starting off with $20 with a bucket of salt and a shovel. $20 you start off with. Going around, and you know, it's very small, but you need money now. But it's not deteriorating your ability to go farther, because then you start with that and you make some money, and you're not going to have any clientele to start. Same thing when you're hustling it on the block. We ain't got no clientele. You can even be standing outside, still no one's coming to you. No one knows about you. No one knows about your block. No one knows who you are when you're just starting out. So you go around and you build clientele. You show that you can work. You make $100 that first day, and you're like, whoa, I just made $100 and I spent 20. I don't have to buy salt until next week, but if I can keep this up, I'm making money. By springtime, you have enough money for your mower. Then by the end of the year, you're buying a truck, and you already have your bush trimmer and your weed whacker, and you're buying all these supplies, and you're surviving. You're making enough money to eat that night. Then you go from $100 a day to $200 a day, and you're like, whoa, I'm making some money. $200 a day, I had nothing before. Right? And then you build that up by even that winter, you're already having a small pickup truck. And then you can buy a plow. I was like, what do you call the plow at the front? And I was like, I think it's just a plow. Then you buy the plow, and then you hook that up, and then now you don't have to be going around with the shovel, you have the plow. Then you're doing 30 driveways. Now you're making even more money. Then you just step up, step up, step up, step up, step up. But you pick a job working at X place for $10 an hour working for someone else, and you know that the possibility of you outbeating 40 other people for a position that's making $12 an hour isn't something that's going to lead you into the fast track of success, right? So you're going to have to put it where you have all of the power, or at least leverage in the power, right? Because you can just be like, I'll move up because I'm better than all these other people. I'll make $12 an hour, and then next year I'll make 13, then next year I'll make 15, then next year I'll make 18, then next year I'll be the whole manager or the big boss, right? And I'll make 20. Well, even $20 an hour, like, this is going to be your life? $20 an hour? You're going to be working until retirement, guaranteed, right? So it depends on where you are. Like I've already said, like, you accept $10 an hour, that's what you're going to get. But if you are consistently trying to be greedy or selfish and get better and better and better, that's what you're going to get, right? So I started off $5.25 an hour. I went up to $6.75 an hour, like when I was 17, and then I think minimum wage went up to $7.25 when I was 18, or in New York, and then I just kept going up and up and up. $7.25. Then I wouldn't accept. Then I was making $8, and then when they were like, "Oh, we'll start you off at $7.50," I'm like, "No, I don't want to start off at $7.50. You just keep going up and up and up." Now, that's a long process of just accepting minimum wage job after minimum wage job. But if somebody showed me this video when I was that age, I would be a millionaire right now. If somebody showed me this video when I was 18, I'd be a millionaire right now. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I'm already on the fast track to being a millionaire. If I know what I knew now, 15 years ago, I'd be a millionaire right now. Even 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. If I knew what I knew 5 years ago. I was making $10 an hour 3.5 years ago. Alright? Before I got into trucking, I was making $10 an hour. Did I make $14 an hour or even $20 an hour in specific jobs? Yeah. But at Home Depot, I was making $10 an hour. So to put that in perspective, I didn't know this. I didn't realize that, hey, me just being able to pay for an apartment isn't enough. I was okay with it because I didn't have any higher goals and dreams. And if you set yourself higher, like, hey, if you're making $200 a week and you pick that up, because, I was making $5.25 an hour at my first job when I was 15. 40 hours a week would be $200. And if I was doing $200 a week, that's what I'm going to get. I'm not getting any more. But if I say I'm not going to accept that and go higher, then I can accept more, right? So you might be in a job right now that you know that, hey, you're making $10 an hour, but you have incremental raises every 6 months, let's say. So you're going to get an extra 50 cents an hour in 6 months, and another 50 cents an hour, and this isn't even guaranteed. You're not going to ever get farther in life. Plus, what you accept is going to be produced into the market. So, for example, factory farms. If you accept them slaughtering and doing all this shit that's inhumane to do to animals, you're torturing animals, you're feeding them nasty shit, they're not natural, they're very unhealthy meats, and then you're putting your money toward it, how is that going to stop them? Same thing if McDonald's is hiring at $8 an hour, and there's somebody there to accept it, that's what you get. You don't need to raise the minimum wage, right? I'm against the minimum wage. I think there should be $2 an hour jobs. You know why? Because that'll weed them out of the free market anyways. Unless you're the moron, because no one's forcing you to work $2 an hour. No one's forcing you to even work $10 an hour. No one's forcing you to work any dollar an hour, right? No one's forcing you to do any type of slave labor. No one. You're accepting your labor, and that becomes your intention of, well, $10 an hour, I need this right now. That's what you're getting. If you want to be a millionaire, just keep progressing. Don't go backwards. Don't stay the same. If you're okay making $20,000 a year, well, guess what? That's what you're making. Like I said in my message to women video, I stated that if you're a woman, I suggest instead of looking for a career, because that's what was basically the motto of that video, you know, education, career, your sexual market value goes down. But if you were to put all that time, all that energy into finding a man and not accepting the first man that comes around, just like you don't accept the very first job that comes around, you would have a better quality man or a better quality job. So that goes with this. If you want a job and you want to make more money and $10 an hour job shows up, are you jumping on that? Depending on your character, a lot of people would. Right? But here's the thing. We live in a country. I hate saying this because, but it is true, so I might as well throw it out there. We live in a country that the ability to be a millionaire far exceeds every other country in the world. The ability to be prosperous in this country is so much higher. So just think of it like this. If you're making $40,000 a year, you are in the top 1% of the most richest people on the planet. A lot of people don't know that. So you socialists out there, the top 1%, you're probably part of the top 1%. Top 1% of the world make $40,000 or more a year. I'm in the top 1%. A lot of you are too. If you're living in a first world country, you're probably in the top 1%. So again, you guys probably don't look at it like that because $10,000 or $12,000 is the poverty level, and you know, you can survive in this country begging in the streets. Seriously, you can survive. So we live in a very, very, very rich country, the United States. Canada's included. You can add some parts of Europe. But if you go to Zimbabwe, your wage right now, even the poverty level is rich to them. It's rich. It's going to give them a car, right? Like, whoa, that type of income. So this is what I expect from rich people. I expect rich people to not stop because they reach a certain level. Now, there is a certain level where I agree with Tupac, which I'm actually wearing a shirt today. Realize, realize, realize. I'm trying to push out my gut and stuff so you can see that. But it's a tight shirt, so it works either way. Tupac said in an interview, and I think he was talking about Donald Trump now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe not. It's a long time ago. It's 25 years ago. And he had an interview where he's basically saying, you don't need more than one house. You don't need 20 rooms in your house, right? Because there's people with no rooms. Like, you don't need all that. So there is also that aspect of how much is too much, right? So my goals and dreams are to be sustainable, happy, and getting the things that I want in life. I don't want to be overly greedy because, like Tupac says, I don't want a third home. I don't want a second yacht. I don't need that shit. I'd like to be happy with a $10,000 boat. I know a lot of people are like, $10,000? At least get a brand new, nice fucking Bayliner or something, right? I'm happy with a $10,000 boat. I'm happy with a house. I'm happy with a few things that I want. I want minimalist type ideologies. This is my goals and my dreams. So, going back to my plan. Let's do my plan real quick. I want external type incomes. I don't want to be doing this the rest of my life. So, just going to give you a little idea of what I'm dealing with. I'm a truck driver right now. If I'm working the way I'm working now, I'm making pretty damn good money. But it's not sustainable. It's not something that I can actually enjoy my life, because trucking is a waste of life. I think a lot of people know that. So I'll be working doing this until I buy a house. Once I buy a house, I'm still going to be doing this the exact same way for probably another year. So I'm expecting about 2 years with this company, at least, minimum. That's what I'm planning on. Then I want to be working part-time, right? Because I already bought all the things that I want to buy. I did all the things that I want to do. Now I don't need to be in greed mode. Then I want to go out on one of these trips once a month. So 12 times a year. Each trip I make $3,000 to $3,500 right now. This could be $3,000 I made in 8 days, or $3,500 in 9. You know what I'm getting at? Or, yeah, or 10 days. So if I work 10 days and I make $3,500 a month, I'm happy with that. That is sustainable when I have no other issues, right? So I want to do that, but I also want to put my money into ways to make money. And I've said this before, an ATM business, you know, something that's just small capital that's always coming in. You know, I could be making $200 a month on that ATM. It's not that much, but you get 2 ATMs, 3 ATMs, 4 ATMs. They might even be obsolete in 10 years. Who even cares? Then you just sell your ATM machines, you know, before it gets too bad. But the point is, that's an option. My other option would be buying a house. Buying a house, renting it out. Real estate. So buying like a $60,000 house, turning it into, you know, I've seen nice houses that are even less than that are 5 bedrooms. So then you can split it to a 3 bedroom, 1 bath, to a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, charge them $1,000 each. Not even. You can even do, you know, $1,000 for the 3 bedroom, $750 for the 2 bedroom. So you're making $1,750 every month coming in. You just got to pay the property taxes at the end of the year if their washer or dryer goes down, or if their, you know, refrigerator goes down and you got to fix the sink, whatever, right? You're still involved. You're still spending money to put back into it. You know, the roof's leaking, now you got to fix the roof, but it's not overall that bad, right? Unless one of your tenants can't pay rent or burns down the motherfucker, right? So I plan on having 2 properties. Not just my property, but 2 other properties to give me income. So that's my plan. My plan is to make money and work less. So I still have the goals and hopes and dreams of still making a lot of money. I'm not going to stop there either. I'm going to be still doing what I'm doing now. And who knows, maybe I'll get back into doing this full-time again as well, into some aspects of, okay, well, now I'm going to buy another home. And all I really have to do is collect. So, ultimately, my plan is to go farther and farther. I don't want to be stuck doing this until retirement. Watch my video, my plan to retire in 10 years. Now, there's obviously differences and changes that have happened since I made that video 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't remember how long. When I first started trucking almost. A few months into trucking or whatever. I don't remember. But I made that video, my plan to retire in 10 years, and I lined it out. I had the goal, I had the dream, and I actively pursued it, right? So that's what I'm doing now. I'm saving up for my first house, and then I want to save up for my second house. My second house will be something I'm going to turn into real estate, something that I'm going to rent out. I'm going to try to get a good deal on it. I'm not going to jump on the first thing that comes my way. Oh, I can make some money off this. No, I'm going to dive in deep. Does it have any problems? I'm going to go to that house when it's raining, see if it leaks. If there's any flooding in the basement, etc., right? Make sure everything works properly, or if it doesn't, what money I can put into it, what I can knock off the price. You know, if that house is 60 grand, well, I'm sorry, guy, I'll give you 48 cash right now. There's some problems here. There's some problems here. You don't have anyone living in it right now, or whatever. 48 right now. You walk away. I walk away with the deed. Stuff like that. But I'm not going to accept first thing that comes around. You know your worth. You see it in your goals and dreams, and work more effectively with higher understanding of your own intelligence, your worth, and your value. And you don't just stop there, right? You don't just stop at $10 an hour. And if you do, what do you expect? So that's my hopes and dreams. But again, it doesn't matter where you start off. Start off with that 1 pound dumbbell if you have to. Know where you have to start off. You can start off $10 an hour. You can start off with $20 in a bucket of salt and a shovel. Whatever it takes. And then think in your mind, well, this is my plan. Go ahead and do it. Your plans might change. You might not like that lifestyle. You might not like what is going on in your life, or whatever that leads you, even though obviously it's going to be better than where you were. So always just take the next step. Don't just stay where you are, because if you're staying where you are, that's where you're staying. You can't just expect a different outcome doing the exact same thing. Okay, now it's really going to start raining, and it's going to be hard to make a video. So ultimately, it's very simple to become a millionaire. It's very easy to be a millionaire. That's your goal, that's your dream. It's easy. Easy. Whatever your goals or your dreams are, it's easy. Don't be confused and say that it's out of reach. It's always in reach. Where's your motivation lie? Are you somebody looking for a handout? Donald Trump got a small loan of $1 million. If I had $1 million, I'd be rich forever. No shit, you gotta start somewhere. Like, my goals and my dreams change all the time. But it never fails that my intention is to do better. I don't just stop. I do better. This job that I got, I didn't just pick the first fucking company that I got. I talked to over 100 recruiters to get this job, where I'm making more money than most owner-operators. I'm making, and a lot of these companies now, they're still calling me. I remember this guy from Gray Logistics. He goes, yeah, so we're going to start you off, there's guys making $6,000 a week or something. And I'm like, that's cool. After all your expenses, it's going to be about $3,000, right? Yeah, something like that, after taxes and everything. And I'm like, you're the best paying job I've seen. It was an owner-operator gig. But then I also had to pay for my truck and pay for insurance and pay for all this shit. And I'm making $3,000 in 8 days. I'm making $3,000 in 8 days. I don't have any truck payment. I don't have to worry if my truck goes down. They gave me a brand new Freightliner. You think this was the first job that was offered to me, or was on Craigslist or anything? No! I didn't just jump on the first job that I saw. I had to look and deny and say, no, I have more value than that. 40 cents per mile? No, I'm not going backwards. Next one would be, well, we're going to have you out for 3 months at a time. No, I need some sort of home time. You know, I didn't accept something because I need a job right then and there. It took me 4.5 months of actively every fucking day looking and calling recruiters. I've talked to over 100 recruiters in that 4.5 months. I put money down on a truck and then backed out of it because plans change, and I'm trying to make and someone stole my $500 because I put $500 down on a truck just to hold it. And I lost that because I was like, I found something better. I realized what I wanted, and I wasn't going to stop until I got what I wanted. For you, it might be 1 week, might be 2 weeks, might be 10 weeks, might be 2 years. However long that you are actively pursuing something better is how long it's required. It might be a long time. I wanted a job. I didn't want to fucking take off all summer. That wasn't my job. My goals and my dreams needed me to start working. But if I was making 40 cents a mile and I was making, what, $1,000 a week, it would take me that much longer for my goals and dreams. Right? So I know my worth and I know what I wanted, and I wanted the best. I wanted the most. I want the fast track to success with the least amount of risk. Again, and the last time I'm going to say it, know your worth. Understand it all starts in your mind. And if you don't have a plan, I don't know what to tell you. You can't. Nothing falls out of the sky and says, "Here's $1 million for you. Here's some money. You just won the lotto." Yeah, man. No, doesn't happen. Never has, never will. So just understand, if you want something big, you got to go out there and make it. You got to do it. Another Dan Pena bullshit thing. Just do it. The only thing that's stopping you from being a millionaire is that you're not actively doing it. Are you doing it? No? Okay. You're getting the outcome of what you're doing. You're living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you're doing. That's what's happening. You're not going to get anything more than that. Even if you picked up an extra shift or two a week, you're working 40 hours a week, and then all of a sudden you work 60 hours a week the next 2 weeks because that got you out of your rut or whatever, or you wanted a new TV or something. Is that getting you out of that? No. And just to let you know, you think I'm going to stop at $3,000 in 8 days? You think I'm stopping there? No. Know your worth. You see these bags under my eyes? I'm motivated, baby. I'm working. I'm doing what and I'm exercising. You don't see it in my fucking muscles because I'm just starting out. But I'm exercising now. I have my 25-pound dumbbell back there, and I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this every day. Because guess what? I want to be healthy enough to be able to make this sustainable, where I'm making all this money and I go out and buy my first house. I've never bought a house before. I'm in my 30s. It's about fucking time. It's about fucking time that I'm doing this. Alright? Now, a lot of you guys, doesn't matter what age you are, you're making $3,000 in 8 days? No. Or you have to be an owner-operator to do that. Meaning, you're spending a lot of money. I'm not doing that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys might be jealous about how much I'm making, but, you know, back in the day, I used to make $10 an hour. I used to be jealous of the people making $15 an hour. I used to think that they got to be rich. They got to be having their life together. And just to even comprehend what $20 an hour would be like, that's twice as much as I was making. Just thinking about that, $20 an hour, oh my God. This guy's got to be living the life. He could buy a house in a couple years. Like, that's my mentality. Like, that person's doing great. $20 an hour. Now I look at $20 an hour as, that's it? $20 an hour? I'm going 80 miles an hour right now. I make 50 cents a mile. How much money am I making an hour right now? I'm making $40 an hour. My foot's all the way down to the pedal. I'm governed at 80 miles an hour. I'm making $40 an hour right now. I'm not okay with that. I want more. Get to that point. It's very easy. You know how you can be a millionaire? This video will make you a millionaire. Am I a millionaire right now? No. But I will be. 2 years ago, I started to tell everyone, I'm going to be a millionaire. I started telling everyone. I told my mom. I said, hey, Mom, I'm going to be a millionaire in 7 years. That's what I told her. I will be a millionaire in 7 years. And I can definitely do it. I'm 100% confident I can do it. Just because you have $500 left in your account and you're working a 9 to 5, just paying the bills, well, what are you doing? What kind of sacrifices are you making? Is your for example, I have money. Am I going out and buying a $300 pair of shoes? No. Am I buying great clothes that are buttoned down or dressed for the job that you want? No. Give me the cheapest fucking thing out there. I've struggled my whole life. And I don't accept anything less. I don't accept. If I'm making $3,000 in 8 days, guess what? I'm already thinking, I'm not thinking, oh, this is going to be great. This is definitely sustainable in terms of finances for the rest of my life. You know, even if the economy goes up or money goes up, inflation goes up, I would be still okay, right? I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking, when am I going to make more than 50 cents a mile? 50 cents a mile, that's nothing. I made 50 cents a mile in my last job, right? It's nothing. I want more. I want something better. So, in 6 months, I'm going to have that conversation. I'm not going to say it beforehand, but I will make that conversation. Hey man, I'll go to him in person. Hey man, been here 6 months. Man, you guys are killing. Work fucking hard. What do you say? 55 cents a mile. Coming to you like a man. I'm not begging for nothing. I'm not showing you guys that I'm lazy. 55 cents a mile now. I'm confident I can make that happen. 55 cents a mile. Then another 6 months. Fuck's 55 cents a mile. I want 60. You know? 60 cents a mile, I'm making, I'll add basically another $1,000 every 8 days. You know? But that's my mindset. I'm not stopping there. I'm not stopping there. And if they say, hey, we're definitely cutting, you're not making any more than 60 cents a mile, well, guess what? I'm going to have to put my mind elsewhere. Buy that second house. Rent it out. Upstairs and a downstairs, or left to right, or whatever, right? Cut it in half, work on it, close it off, put some drywall up, do whatever I got to do to make it two separate sides, and basically make money another way. So the point is that I'm getting at, you can start off at any point and better yourself. Are you making the same amount as last year? You're not bettering yourself. Not to mention, if you are making the same that you made 10 years ago, inflation's going up. About 4% every year, everything's going up. About 4% a year. Inflation. That's an average. So if you're not making at least 4% more, then you're actually worse. You're not even equal. If you made $1,000 a week last year, if you're not making $1,000 and $1,040 a week now, you're worse off than you were last year. You're worse. Inflation goes up at 4% a year on average. Again, it's about to be raining pretty damn hard. So I'm gonna cut this video off. It's already 50 minutes. I didn't want it to be that long, but this is the recipe for financial success. And if you use that mentality to work out, to get a decent girlfriend or boyfriend, if you use this mentality, and I don't mean like just go out and get whatever female that you can get and say that's, well, let's see if she's the right one. No, that's not how you do it. Maybe a first date, but if you get to a second date, anyways, the point is that I'm getting at ultimately stems from your understanding of life. And if you understand this method, and that I'm actively doing it, and that when I show you a video in 7 years that I have over $1 million in assets and money combined, 7 years from now, 5 years from now, and I show you that, hey, I'm a millionaire. This is how I did it. Watch those videos with bags under my eyes. It's easy. bads make it look like it's not easy, but it's easy. What are you worth? What are you accepting? How much work are you putting into it? Are you putting work into $10 an hour? Well, that's what you're getting. Now put money into $40 an hour. Put money into $100 an hour. Put money into $1 million a year. Put money into however to make more money. Less risk, the better. I know a lot of people are like, well, if you invest in this and this, I know somebody that lucked out. That's risky. Very risky. Put your money, put your time, put your energy into something that is making you more. Don't stay clean slate even. Remember, inflation's going up. So you're not really making money like you think you're making money. You gotta be making at least 4% more this year than last year to be even. My thing is, how much more can I be making? I gotta be making 10% more. I gotta be making 20% more. I gotta be making double, which is 100% more. Gotta keep rising the fucking chart. I'm an entrepreneur. I am somebody that is willing to go above and beyond expectations. So my expectations, I always keep my expectation bar high. I know my worth. I accept higher, not lower, not even. I accept higher. Oh, I made $1,000 in my last job, but I'm sick of that job, so I'm just gonna make $1,000 in the next job. No, you're not doing any service to your life. So ultimately, that's it for this video. I know I'm reiterating a lot of past videos in this video. I know it's shitty that you can't hear me over the rain, but nonetheless, this type of video needs to be put out there. Put bags under your eyes. It's important. Don't expect things to just fall out of the sky. You need to work for them. See you guys.